Morning, Brian here at Fitzpatrick's garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. It's all bad. Why is it all bad? Because one of my favourite cars ever made by Honda is coming to an end. That's right, if you've seen any of my adverts before, you'll know how much I love these GT turbo Honda Civics. Well, it looks like this car is coming to the end of its life. Now don't get me wrong, the 1.5 turbo Civic will still be available, but the GT specification looks like it has come to an end. And the reason for that is because Honda in 2022 will be moving towards hybrid vehicles overall, so they've now reduced the levels of specification that are available on this higher performance 1.5 turbo. So if you're somebody that's been admiring these cars for a while and you've been considering buying a GT turbo, well, this is going to be one of the last chances you got to buy a brand new one. We got this really cool looking Brilliant Sport blue one, and we've also have this really cool looking striking Rally red. I love these cars. They're so nice to look at, they're so nice to drive. They're exciting, but you can still actually run them for reasonable road tax and fuel efficiency. At the time of this video, as we were saying, we have this red one and we have the blue one. It looks like we can possibly get our hands on a silver one, maybe a white one, and that is the end of the line. So as we were saying, if you were ever considering buying the GT version of the 1.5, now is the time to do it, because these are the very last of these cars. And for anyone that's always worried about maybe, okay, if I buy the very last of a model, is it going to be a problem when it comes to residual value? Absolutely 100% not on this car. The car, when it finished up afterwards, the car finished in 2015. For the last 5 years, we've consistently had people looking for second-hand Accords. It's like this: if somebody wants a nice car that's got a good level of specification, that's exciting to drive, but it still has reasonable road tax and reasonable fuel efficiency, it's not one of the boring, obvious choices, then the GT Civic is one of the damn best cars that's been around for a long time. And even at the price point they're still at, there's serious value for money. It means when they become 2, 3, 4 years old, there's always someone looking for a car that has those attributes but can't quite afford a new one, and that's what supports the price. I think these cars are going to be valuable when they become 2, 3, 4 years old, because there's only a limited production run on this car of 3 years. Honda going hybrid in 2022, at the moment I don't know how many more fun cars in around this price point that they're actually going to produce like this. So my gut feeling is that we're going to have the 1.5 turbo engine probably for another year and a half, but this GT high-spec version is definitely finished with this blue one and this red one that we have. For those of you not familiar with the GT, what I mean by that is it gives you the nice panoramic sunroof. It gives you push-button start with keyless entry. It gives you wireless charging for those of you with a QI-enabled phone. It also gives us adjustable dampers so we can stiffen the suspension. And it also gives us seat heaters for the passenger and driver. While the driver seat has lumbar support on all the 1.5s, the passenger also gets it on the GT model. The GT also, the rear view mirror becomes electrochromatic, so it darkens itself when somebody drives up behind you. And one other very cool feature I love in these cars is the blind spot indicator in the wing mirror. So when someone comes up on your blind spot, it illuminates in the wing mirror to warn you. And in conjunction with the blind spot indicator, you will also have cross monitor, which means when you're using the reverse camera, you have front and rear park sensors. It's also got a warning that looks for traffic moving outside of the radius of the camera from the left or the right. The GT, in my opinion, is the nicest spec you can get in that model of Honda Civic. Put some really nice features on top of what was already a very cool car, which was the S design. Just made it a little bit more upmarket. Other features that are on the car, which also come in the S design, include the very cool rear exhaust, and it's also got a nice hum from it when you start the car. Like the S design, the GT gets those really cool black skirts along the bottom of the rear of the car. The 17-inch diamond cut wheels really suited, and we've also got a black side skirt all the way down the side, which joins up nicely with a nice set of skirts on each side of the lower end of the front bumper as well. The taillights are damn cool because they're a really nice LED, and both the dipped and full headlamps are LED, as well as the front indicators and the front fog lights also. And the big thing on these cars then is that super fun to drive VTEC turbo 1.5 182 horsepower engine. I love this engine, it's so much fun to drive. So this car 0 to 60 is quoted at 7.9 seconds, and then realistic fuel efficiency, in fairness, even with 182 horsepower, is going to run in the region of around 6 or so realistic litres per 100 kilometres. That's about 45 miles per gallon for 182 horsepower. That's not why you buy this car. So, starting off, first gear, it is a little bit wet. Into second. Into third. And that's 100 kilometres an hour. I'm telling you, you'll just be having oodles of fun, especially in one of these GTs. First gear, into second gear, into third gear, under
100 kilometers an hour.
For anyone that's thinking about buying one of the brand new GTs, that video for the acceleration was shot using a demo S design, which is the exact same engine. So don't worry, I wasn't driving the new car that hard. But that's not to say this car is not able for it, because these cars love being revved, they love being driven. So if you want to be one of the last people to get a GT in 2020 in Ireland, give me a shout. 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Call, text, WhatsApp, whatever suits. Fitzpatrick's Cars, Dublin Road, Kildare. Hopefully the car is of interest. Thank you for taking time to watch.